This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
Political analyst Charles McElwee joins us today to discuss the new congressional map in Pennsylvania. That story and more next. Hello everyone, and the happiest of Fridays to you. I'm Ken Carr with your local information. Reapportionment has caused some major changes in congressional representation in our area. As Lisa Sugar reports, the best advice is to do your homework before heading to the polls this year.
The lines have officially changed. I'm talking about the lines marking the congressional districts in the state of Pennsylvania. Here to tell us more about it is our good friend Charles McElwee. He is the editor of Real Clear Pennsylvania. He's also an SSPTV political analyst. Charles, this is very important for the state. We did lose a congressional seat. You can explain that, why we did that, and that's why these lines then had to change, correct?
Right. So the new congressional map follows the release late last year of the U.S. Census data, the new population numbers for the state of Pennsylvania, which resulted in losing one congressional seat following the reality of a stagnant population. So an ongoing fight emerged beginning last fall, the process of redistricting in Pennsylvania. And to be clear, regardless of political party, redistricting is an overtly partisan process, whether it was the drawing of the congressional district map, which included 18 congressional districts in 2012, or following the election of 3 Democrats to the state Supreme Court in 2015, which resulted in a Democrat majority court. 3 years later, in 2018, that court throughout the 2012 map drawn by the Republican legislature, passed by Republican Governor Tom Corbett at the time, and they drew a new map that resulted in Democrat pickups in the 2018 midterm election. Now we see this new map, and following an impasse between the Republican majority state legislature and Democrat Governor Tom Wolf, the map went to the state Supreme Court, which continues to hold a Democrat majority, even though there was one Republican pickup in last year's judicial elections. They drew this new map in a way that eliminated that one seat, and overall not that dramatically different from the map that was drawn by the court in 2018. They selected one of 13 options for this new map, and this map does directly impact the greater Hazleton area.
So explain all this to us, because where you thought you were voting for someone in the election, you're going to have different candidates to choose from this time, because that person may not be representing you anymore.
It's very confusing. So what happened was the 12th congressional district, as it presently exists, it was eliminated. And that resulted in Congressman Fred Keller essentially losing his seat. He had the option to challenge Congressman Dan Muser in a primary in the new 9th congressional district, but Keller elected not to do that. So when it comes to the 9th congressional district, that remains a solidly red district. The Republican has the advantage, and in this case, it will be Dan Muser, more likely than not winning re-election. But the greater Hazleton area itself, what's interesting now is the area is really divided into 3 congressional districts. So we have the 9th with Dan Muser representing parts of the Valley, and then we have the 8th congressional district represented by Congressman Matt Cartwright, and that district remains competitive because it includes Scranton, which remains solidly Democrat, but then the rest of the district, minus parts of the Poconos like Monroe County, is trending red and did go for Trump. So there is an opening there for a Republican to challenge Matt Cartwright, but it would remain a competitive race. The other part of the area that's divided would be the Carbon County end. So if you live in Beaver Meadows, for example, you're now part of the 7th Congressional District. You are now in a Lehigh Valley-centric district. So historically, that district in the Lehigh Valley was limited to Northampton, Lehigh County, the 3 cities. Now that you throw in Carbon County, that's actually an instance where Republicans can have a fight. Overall, when you look at the new map, there are openings for Democrats, and this has resulted in Republican candidates criticizing that map and challenging it even now through a court process. And we'll see how that plays out.
Today's news feature is brought to you by The Cheese Store and more. Go to their Facebook page to see their specials and check out their catering menu.
Time now for weather on SSPTV News.
Here's our forecast from the National Weather Service on Saturday. Mostly cloudy with a high near 44 degrees. Winds could gust as high as 21 miles per hour. On Saturday night, a 20% chance of rain after 1 a.m. Mostly cloudy with a low around 37 degrees. On Sunday, an 80% chance of rain before 1 p.m. We'll have a high near 64 degrees and wind gusts as high as 30 miles per hour. On Sunday night, a 20% chance of rain after 1 a.m. Mostly cloudy with a low around 47 degrees. On Monday, an 80% chance of rain. We'll have a high near 50 degrees. Monday night, an 80% chance of rain before 5 a.m., then a chance of rain and snow. We'll have a low around 35 degrees. Tuesday, a 30% chance of snow before 7 a.m., partly sunny with a high near 39 degrees. And Tuesday night, partly cloudy with a low around 28 degrees. 3 local basketball teams have a chance at winning a district championship tonight. The Hazleton area girls face Wilkes-Barre area in the district's 2-4-6A sub-regional title game. Wilkes-Barre beat Hazleton in both regular season matchups, and the Lady Cougars get a chance at redemption at the Mohegan Sun Arena in Wilkes-Barre Township. Down south in Schuylkill County at Martz Hall in Pottsville, the top-seeded Marion Phillies take on number 2 seed Nativity in the girls basketball District 11 Single A championship. Marion swept both games against Nativity during the regular season. After that game in Pottsville, number 1 seed Shenandoah Valley will meet Tri-Valley with the boys basketball District 11 AA title on the line. In one meeting this season, the Blue Devils beat Tri-Valley 74-39. There's also swimming district championships this weekend and wrestling regionals, so keep your eye on StandardSpeaker.com for updates. Coming up, the Hazleton Area High School varsity competition cheerleading team talks about the winding road that led to a district championship. And up next, a preview of this year's Sunny Day Camp hosted by the Pennsylvania State Police.
Good evening, everyone. Here's today's Talk of the Town. The Pittston St. Patrick's Day Parade will be held on Saturday, March 5th at 11:30 a.m. on Main Street in Pittston. For more information, you can visit PittstonStPatricksParade.org. There will be a Chinese auction at the Sugarloaf Fire Hall on Sunday, March 6th, with doors opening at 11:30 a.m. and the drawing starting at 2 p.m. And that's today's Talk of the Town. SSPTV News would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed: Magdalene Dolly, Jean Rose, age 81 of Humboldt. A funeral service will be on Wednesday at 11 a.m. at Queen of Heaven Parish at Our Lady of Grace Church. The Hillary J. Bonham Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. John Joseph O'Rourke III, age 26 of Hazleton. Services will be held at the convenience of the family under the Firo Funeral Home. And Mary Ann Yanochko, age 80 of Freeland. Services will be private under the McNulty Funeral Home.
Tonight's obituaries are being brought to you in part by Harmon Funeral Homes and Crematory, with 2 locations in Rockland and in Drums, 570-384-3312 or 570-788-0977, and go to harmonfuneral.com.